Well, good morning, everybody. Daniel Whited right here in Denver, Colorado, and welcome to the Doctor's Clinic call where you can learn about all different types of topic concerning what's going on with your mental state, your physical state, emotional. We even get into spiritual stuff from time to time as well, but the physiology of the body and everything that's going on and the cellular level we get into. And so, but today's topic, and we love to say this and about the Doctor's Clinic, it's where the world is your waiting room. And I'm telling you, the world is definitely waiting on you participating in what's happening out there. So my phone's blowing up here, so we're going to do a little mute on the old phone and get it where it's not bugging us. And sometimes that happens. Things blow up on you, and you need extra help and support. But today's topic, we're going to get into some case study testimonies. These are individuals' own personal case studies. They're doing their own personal private case study on a particular product called the A.G.E pill that helps with glycation, getting the glycation out of the cells. And we'll jump into a little bit of science behind it. But we're a company. We don't make claims. We don't diagnose. We don't promise and guarantee all these things. We just put people in a situation to where they can participate in products that will support what their body's naturally doing already, or what it's supposed to do, and maybe no longer is because of lack of nutrition. And we come in there and we help support some things along those lines. So one of the first callers that we have available is going to talk about a little bit of the science. Then you're going to hear from Jody Pear relatively quick here. But the science is going to be Dominic Piccini. He's a young man. I think he's in his early 30s. And, it's kind of neat. He's done a little research, got to hear some training by Marianne Stolfus, who is absolutely phenomenal on this particular product this weekend. Last weekend we was at a major event out in Pennsylvania. Sizzle's international event that they do a couple times each year called the Masters. He was there. Aaron Renard was there also talking about what's happening with that particular pill. Plus another product that's coming up that we're going to be sharing most likely not this coming Tuesday, but a week from Tuesday. And it's a product referred to as RIP. But right now it's getting the A.G.E pill. So, Dominic Piccini, good morning. Welcome to the call, young man, and thanks for stopping your day and having time to share with everybody here. All of our European and Australian buddies will be hearing this call. And guys, you're not on here live and you're listening to playback on this. We love you bunches. Know that you're amazing and we care about you. And here's Dominic Piccini from San Diego County. Dominic, good morning.
Good morning, D. Love you, brother. Thank you for the opportunity to share. Have. So moving that forward. And just so everybody knows, I'm not science. I have no science background. I'm not formally educated even. Just a blue-collar guy by trade. Before I had the opportunity to go full-time sizzle, I was a construction worker. So I have done a little bit of research, and I've gotten to hear from people that have a great grasp of all of this stuff. And so I will do the best of what I can to explain to you the three things that the A.G.E pill can do for you. But first, I think I got to tell you why it has the opportunity to do it. So basically what happens inside of our body, every body, it's a human being thing. It doesn't really matter. You have stem cells, and your stem cells are used to create every other cell in your body. Every other cell is different depending on what it's being used for, but they're all coming from the stem cells. As we use our stem cells, we deplete them over time to create these new cells. The stem cells have, basically we only have a certain amount of them, and we use them. So we create all of the other cells. All of the other cells have a shelf life, essentially, whether they're supposed to replicate 10 times or they're supposed to replicate 100 times, whatever it is. It depends, I guess. They do that, and then they die. That's not a problem. That's normal. That's what they're supposed to do. So these cells die, and then your body has some mechanism inside of it that goes through, and it basically empties all the cellular garbage. All of these dead cells are removed from the body. Okay, so that's how that works. As a human, we have to eat food in order to get fuel, to make our body, give our body the energy that it needs to create these functions, right? So as we eat food, we take protein in and we break it down and we use it, and it's a very, very good source of fuel. Well, with carbohydrates and sugar, they're also a very good source of fuel. You can feel the energy when you take them, but what happens when they break down in the body, and your body's now creating new cells, it essentially leaves a sugary residue behind on the cells, building up a plaque. And because it's on every cell, it now becomes something that's on the surface of every organ. And what this glycation does is prevent your body from cleaning out all the cellular garbage. So imagine, just as an example, you're in your kitchen every single day and you're cooking and but you have a cleaning staff that comes in and you're cooking and you're doing your thing and you're eating, and they come in and they clean, and then one day they stop. But you still have to keep doing your job, and things just pile up, and it's just a little bit at a time. It doesn't really bother you. It doesn't affect you. But over time, it's really, really, really going to slow you down in your effectiveness and your ability to do your job. So that's what glycation is in your body. It slows down the ability for it to do everything. And so as we're out there and we're experienced in the sun, and we're sizzle toxin free, but the toxins that are in your life, they break down the cells in your body faster, causing us to deplete our stem cells faster. So the first thing we need to do is get the toxins out of our life and try to avoid things like that. But now what the A.G.E pill is going to do for you is the three things. It's going to, and I'm not a scientist, so I can't explain to you how it does these things, but it's going to help to stimulate your body with super nutrients, with stem cell support, so you'll be able to have more of them longer. And it's going to, the A.G.E, anti-glycation extreme, it's going to break down that plaque-like sugary residue that's on all the cells in your body. That's why when we hear about the NASA science, they're talking about the biological potential of the body returning back to when it was 20. Glycation is something that happens, but it is something that can be addressed. And that's what they're saying. We can bring all those biomarkers back down with the studies. And if you know anything, I'm not talking about the product, but if you know anything about Sizzle, we use all of the tested levels of any study that might have been out there, any ingredient that we use, and we use it at the tested levels or better. And then the third thing that it's going to do for you is stimulate the production of biological hydrogen in your body. And essentially what that is, if you're familiar with the combustion engine, there's a spark that makes that engine run and everything turn, and hydrogen would be that spark inside your body. So that's what I got on this A.G.E pill. It's incredible. The science started with NASA. Tom's taking it to a different level. We have an amazing product at a ridiculously low cost. D, thanks for the opportunity to share, brother. I love you guys. Sizzle's number one.
I tell you what, we appreciate you. And what Dominic's talking about here is how this product can support your body so it can do what it's naturally supposed to do anyways. Your sludge or the garbage that's in the cell is not to stay there, but lack of nutrition sometimes will cause things to linger, and this will put you in a situation where it'll support your body to do what it naturally does. Now, let me explain glycation just a little bit. The way Doc Fizz explained it to me first time was pretty dynamic. Let's say that you go eat a Krispy Kreme donut or a glazed donut, and you have one or two of them. It's hard to eat just one, but let's say you eat one. Well, everybody, I don't care what they've done in the last hour, they eat a donut, and when it's done, they lick their fingers off. It's what they do. And then after they lick their fingers off of the glaze, there's still sticky residue on the fingers. And so that's what's going on the inside of the cell and with the stem part of the cell. And that's called glycation. And so it's also plaque. And it's also sometimes toxic garbage that's in there. Well, the A.G.E pill is, and we're the only guys that have it right now. So it is a big deal. And it comes in there and helps support the body to get rid of glycation. All right, no guarantee that all glycation is going to go out of your cell. Everyone's cells and body's totally different, but it will support the system in doing so, and that's exactly what Dominic was trying to explain to you. And so we're going to pop out real quick, and Jody Pear's on the call with us, and then we get a chance to hear from Melanie and Pat Garrett as well, and Chris Dykema. Chris, we got to find out if she pops on here. She's up in the mountains. Want to hear from her as well. So as soon as she's on, you'll be the first to know, and we'll slide her in there right away. So, anyways, that is pretty interesting what we have our hands on. So, Jody Perry, you with us? Ms. Helen, you got her keyed up and ready to go, and you're getting some fantastic results. Like I said, we're not going to make any claims or promises, but you, Jody, you're a case study. You can tell what it's personally doing for you, and you can share your story on what the A.G.E pill has done for you and some of the results that you're getting. So, and by the way, good morning and welcome to the call, Jody. Double hugs from all the Sizzle family. You're one of our favorites. It's just the way it goes.
Oh, right back at you. Right back at all of you. Yes, first of all, I have a rare disease. It's called mitochondrial disease. And basically, to put it in a nutshell, it's a very complex disease, and it affects people in many different ways. But the core of mitochondrial disease is that our bodies a person who has mitochondrial disease, like myself, our bodies do not produce enough what's called the ATP, which is fuel that fuels our mitochondrial cells that are throughout our entire body, everybody's body. That fuel, that ATP, fuels the mitochondria cells that enables people to be able to function normally. Well, for people like myself with mitochondrial disease, we don't produce enough ATP in our bodies to fuel our mitochondrial cells, therefore leaving us depleted of the ATP and leaving us tired, leaving us in pain, leaving us with muscular spasms. I mean, the list goes on and on. For me, I started the A.G.E pill, and I honestly was a little worried that it wouldn't work for me due to having mitochondrial disease, but the more I looked into this A.G.E pill, the A.G.E pill, I realized that this is exactly what is going to help support my ATP, my fuel, to fuel my mitochondrial cells. So I tried it. I swear, in 2 days, I had energy that I have never, honestly, ever felt in my entire life, and I'm not exaggerating. And now today is day 12 on the A.G.E pill, and this energy has just never stopped since I started. And they say there's no cure for mitochondria disease, but I beg to differ. So back to you, DW.
So what you're saying, the pill is supporting your cells to have the proper energy that they're supposed to naturally have. Is that right, Jody?
Exactly.
And though there may not be a cure for what they say you have, because docs don't know everything, and nobody does. But however, we have something that's supporting the challenge that you're going through. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And I mean,
and how does that make you feel?
The pain is literally gone. My muscle spasms are gone. I'm able to just walk all day long, skip, slightly jog. I can do everything now that a normal, quote, normal person can do. And this, to me, is just absolutely incredible.
So how debilitated was your situation? How challenged was you when it come to just normal movements, just to get up and go, possibly cook a dinner for your family, just something simple as that?
I could not. Yeah. I could not. I was bedridden. I could not walk. I was in a wheelchair if I, had to go out to a doctor's appointment. And I had hospice 24-hour care around my home, nurses in and out of the house 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, taking care of me. I don't need anybody anymore to take care of me because I now can take care of me.
Wow.
The A.G.E is taking care of me.
It's making an impact. That's your own personal testimony and case study. Now, how about let's drill down a little deeper. Might be a little emotional for you, but I'm going to do it anyways. And if I cross the line, you can knock me out later. And
okay.
But now you have a family, right? Can you tell us about your family real quick?
Oh, you really are hitting a really tough core. But it was very hard for me as a mom and a wife that I was not able to care for my children. Mm-hmm. I was not able to be the wife that I once was when we first got married. Mm-hmm. And this was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It took a toll on my family, my kids, my husband, and myself too, because the guilt I felt, the shame I felt, but I felt, I couldn't do anything about it. But it was an awful, awful, awful feeling. And to be able now to be a mom, and I'm driving my daughter to field hockey games and going to her games, every single game and every single practice, and I'm a wife again. My husband is just, my family is just amazed, and I myself, what's more important is what I feel. And what I feel is I feel so blessed to be able to be a mom and a wife again and be able to live a normal life. To me, that's just priceless.
Well, it's got you function. The kids get their mom back. The husband gets his wife back.
Absolutely.
The grandparents get their granddaughter back. Your mom and dad get their daughter back, and your aunt and uncles get their niece back, and the church gets their member back, and the community gets their go-to gal that they went to for everything for a jillion years. They get her back, and so it's absolutely amazing, isn't it?
It certainly is. It certainly is. I could not ask for anything more.
Well, we just want to reach out to you and to your family and everyone, and hopefully they'll hear this. Double hugs, and just to honor them as well for hanging in there.
I know. I do.
Just hanging in there. Literally. I'll be honest. A lot of husbands bail out because they're jerks and idiots. I'm just being mean.
DW, I've been fully aware of that all these years, and honestly, I have the best husband that has supported me and has never, ever left my side. My children, unfortunately, they had to help take care of me as well, which I hated, but they were there for me too.
Yep.
But now I'm back, and I'm back there for all of them now, and I'm making up for lost time.
I love it, and I just think, we believe in prayer and products. And just so everybody knows, she also uses Triangle of Life and several other supporting products that Sizzle has. And we'll hear more from Jody as the days go by. Jody, double hugs. We honor your husband and your kids for being such incredible individuals that were there for Mom, and now Mom gets to be there back again for them. And so tell them that. I'm just so proud of him. I can't wait to, give him a big old hug and shake your husband's hands for being a man's man, a guy that just, man.
God bless. I will. Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome. All right. Everybody, this is just, we're hearing case study testimonies. It just is what it is. And Melanie Ward, I hope you're ready. And to share, we just, you can take about a minute here, Mel. What's some of the things you're getting from the A.G.E pill? And Melanie's out in Michigan, by the way, and so everybody knows. And so, Melanie, what's some of the results you're getting from the H pill? And welcome to the call, and good morning.
Thank you, DW. Well, everybody knows that I fell 15 feet in the military, and I had 3 herniations in my spine. So for me, before the H pill, if I drove too much, I couldn't breathe because I have 2 herniations in my thoracic, and I just couldn't take a breath of air. So it has been a year since I've driven, and I drove all the way out to Mannheim, Pennsylvania for the meeting, and it was 9.5-hour drive. And I did not have those symptoms when I got home, DW. So this is really, it's like a breath of fresh air. And I don't have the constant pain in my neck because it's all metal and plated in pins. When I wake up in the morning, that excruciating pain that I always had is gone. My hair's starting to come in darker. My voice is healing. I used to sing professionally for about 4 years, and because of my neck surgeries, my vocal cords were damaged, and it's starting to heal. So, and for my husband, he was diagnosed with Sjogren's disease, and he's telling me that the glass that he felt in his joints on the A.G.E pill is gone, and his hair is also starting to come in dark. And so we're super excited about all of it, DW.
And so you love the support that you're getting is what you're telling me.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And, you know, I have fallen. I mean, the products made me functional. I just want to make that straight. They made me functional. But since I've been on the products, I've gotten flattened totally out by my horse once, and then another time I rolled underneath her. She got spooked, and she hit me, and I rolled underneath her. So every time I had these accidents, my neck just got worse and worse, so that's why I was not able to ride for quite a while. But since I've been on the A.G.E pill, I rode her last night and actually trotted her, and my neck didn't hurt. So I am getting my life back, and it's, you know, when you go through life and you lose all the things that you love to do, and I love Jody Pear's story. She just makes me cry every time I hear her voice because I know what it's like to lose everything that you love to do, and then to get your life back and to be able to do what you haven't been able to do in years, and to stop that downhill process where you're starting to lose everything and all the enjoyment in your life, and then to have it turn around and to get it back. It's like a dream come true. It's like you see a future, because I've been in a place where I did not want to live for another 5 to 10 years. I was just in too much pain. And the painkillers that I was on, I could not imagine living to be in my 50s or 60s. And now, because of Tom Maurer, we can have a future. We have a dream again.
Well, that's amazing, and I tell you what's happening to you and what's happening to your family is absolutely phenomenal. And just so you know, Melanie, thanks for sharing today. Thanks for making a difference and touching people's lives and reaching out and stopping and sharing, what's happened to you. And we're going to fire out to Chris Dykema, then Pat Garrett. But Chris is up in the mountains, so hopefully we'll be able to get a connection. If not, we'll find out real quick. And Chris, the A.G.E pill is making an impact in your life along with some other products as well. And same thing with Melanie. She's doing Triangle Life and a few other products also, and they're making a difference. But Chris, good morning and welcome to the call. And what is going on in your world and how are you enjoying the call so far?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. You're sounding
yes,
good.
Yes, great. Hey, no, I'm loving the call, actually. It's really been it's been a great call, and I definitely need to keep this one for my recorded calls for people to listen to. But yeah, so I have been on the A.G.E pill for a few weeks now. I think actually I'm hitting a month. I have not sure exactly. I'm traveling right now, and I actually had it written down, and I don't keep track of all of that like I probably should. But what I can say is, as folks already know, the products have really saved my life from late-stage chronic Lyme disease. I was not being able to function, and as Melody says, I was unable to drive. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't even remember where I was. And though I recognized the areas, I did not remember where I was. And, of course, the products just totally changed my life and gave it back to me. But what the A.G.E pill has done for me has gone even further. I am just amazed. I have sustainable energy all day long. It just doesn't stop, which is unusual. I mean, usually, everybody has like a drop time in the afternoon, and I just don't have that anymore. And that's just the most exciting thing to me, actually, because I am, hitting the road and have the work boots on and talking to people all over the place and at home as well, and I'm busy. And so that, to me, is just so exciting to have that sustained energy without any downtime and to go. And the other thing I'm noticing is my nails. My nails keep growing. I keep cutting them because I don't like to type with long nails, but my nails keep growing. Every time I cut them within a few days, they're grown back to a quarter of an inch or more, which I have never had. I've never had nails that grew like that. Also, I have new hair coming in, which I'm 53 years old, and you should, probably shouldn't be having new hair coming in. I do. And in addition to that, it's actually coming in the color that it was when I was a child, which is just another amazing thing. And I've lost 7 pounds when I first started taking it. And just so many things in my skin is starting to look like on my hands and my arms, where you first see the signs of aging. I've noticed a difference. They look, I don't know if it's in my imagination or what, but they look smoother, and I don't think it is because my husband says it too. It looks smoother and like younger looking hands and arms than I had. So from all the outward appearances, I'm starting to see the change, the difference. I actually had someone come up to me at the PA meeting. Actually, 3 different people asked me if I was on the A.G.E pill, and I said yes, I was, and they said they thought so. They said they almost could pick out the people in the room, VW, that were using it. Is that not interesting?
That's really interesting.
Yeah, that had seen us and knew us, and then of course I haven't seen some of those people in a year, and then to have them say that was really kind of floored me. And so that was really, really exciting. So I'm really excited about the energy, the next level of health that the A.G.E pill has given me. And I'm really thrilled about what it's going to do for my customers. I already have some that are on it, and they're reporting great benefits as well. So it's just, you just never know what the A.G.E pill is going to do for you. As you know, every person's different, and every biological human system is different. God made us all very special in our own unique way. So A.G.E is going to affect us all probably a little bit differently, but a lot of the same as well. So if
you would say that it's definitely giving you some more energy as well.
Oh yeah.
Now, has your hubby been taking it also?
He just started. He has not been on it more than, I don't even think, just not even 2 weeks. Now, here's the deal with my husband. So this is something that's interesting I should bring up, I think. At first, he was actually struggling with the A.G.E pill. But what happens is he is running all the time and working. He was not drinking enough water.
Yeah.
And we realized that made a huge difference. He said, what? He said, wow. Yeah, so water is really key, folks. Water is really key for everybody out there. But he's just a newbie on the A.G.E. I don't even think 2 weeks, a week and a half maybe. So, so he'll see. We're going to start to see benefits with him as well. Now that I've got him drinking what he needs to drink for water to flush out the end product out of the body.
Well, that's a massive difference right there. I mean, water's it. I mean, if you're taking this without water, it's just unadvised. We don't want you doing that. So definitely water. Chris, you're awesome. I can tell the energy's there, and it's just exciting for you. You've helped with Lyme's disease that's tried to attach itself to your body, and it's even helped you navigate and have more energy with that little rascal trying to slow you down. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Well, everybody, we send double hugs to everyone that's on the call so far. And, Chris, thank you so much. Blessings to you and Ben, and have fun on your journey back home. And we'll talk soon. Now we're going to go right quickly to Pat Garrett before we hear from Laura Bacchini on how to share the A.G.E pill. But, Pat Garrett, what are you seeing? What are you noticing? What are you feeling when it comes to the A.G.E pill? And are you drinking lots of water as well?
Oh, my gosh. I hope you can hear me okay. I actually do have the morning off, so this actually worked out perfect.
But you sound great, brother. I can hear you just spot on. I mean, you're all that and then some plus bag of chips. You're sounding good, brother.
Well, I got to tell you, after hearing Jody and Melanie, if anybody is listening to this and tries this product and starts to see even a little bit of a result, you have a responsibility now to share this product, because I'm trying to stay not to be emotional on this call, and it's almost impossible. But really, I've been documenting my results from day one with this. Been super excited because I had checked into stem cell technology before for my hearing, And it seems to be one of the only promises out there, by the way, for hearing out there is stem cell technology. And that's what this product does have to offer with being able to not only take out the garbage, but infuse that NAD active ingredient that actually starts to reignite the stem cells. My day 3, I've got this documented down. By day 3, I started noticing the detox big time, and I was doing a lot of water, and believe in that, you need to do a lot of water. By day 5, I started seeing the energy. I mean, started really being able to react more, been able to push more in my workouts. By day 10, I was able to do an equivalent of 5 workouts in one day, and nobody could keep up with me, doing stuff around the yard, doing stuff at church. I mean, everybody's like, what are you on? And you know what? With being able to recover the next day without having to feel like I had a truck run over me, By day 21, I went to my chiropractor, and I normally have a kiosk where I have to fill it out, and it's a small board, right? And normally I pass it right back to the clerk at the desk, and I was able to look down and I could actually see it, and I was astounded, almost to the point of tears, because I could actually see it for the first time in 5 years. I could see these letters, and it just progressively got better. And in fact, I'm still astounded by that. By day 30, DW, I have to tell you, by day 30, my son noticed, Dad, your hair looks so dark. What are you doing? You got something on it? I go, no, I got nothing on it. I started checking it out, and I had new hair growth. I have to tell you, you know what? I have seen nothing but great things over and over and over again with this product. And if you don't want to give this a try, I think you're really doing yourself to a disadvantage, because even with just the energy and knowing that you're flushing all this stuff out of your system, you could have a changed life. And then hearing the testimonies that we've heard before myself, it's a responsibility, people. So back to you, DW.
Pat Garrett, the word amazing for this call and for you comes to mind, and thank you so much for sharing. We're going to, I'd love to orchestrate what we call Time with Tom Maurer, where we have several people share their testimonies, and Tom shares the science, and take an evening with Tom, and it'll be quite a long call. We'll see if we can work that out. But with that said, Laura Bacini's on here with us, and Laura, someone's hearing this call for the first time, and they're wondering, man, can this work for me, and that kind of thing. And we don't make promises. They may not see results right away. This getting the glycation out of your cells is really a 1-year process. You can feel some results a lot of times within 90 days. A lot of people will see that happen. That's a possibility. There's a possibility you could see them in 120 days. Tom was kind of thinking, 90, 120 to a year, people would get some results, and we're seeing stuff a little bit quicker. But someone that's hearing this, what are some suggestions that they would do? I guess our first suggestion, Laura, would be get with the person who invited you to this call and find out how you can get your own A.G.E pill, period. I mean, don't dishonor them and just pop on and get something from just anybody. Get it from the person that invited you to this call. But, Laura, a new person hearing it, what do you have to say? And good morning. Thanks for helping us out, Laura.
Good morning. No, absolutely, the testimonials speak volumes. It doesn't have anything to do with a company's sales pitch or a sales rep, giving you information. Yes, we all want to get our own science information and do all the reading ourselves, but when you hear the people's voices and you hear the stories that they're sharing, and it's one after another after another. I mean, it's just not one or two people. There are just so many, and it's not just a little bit, hey, I have energy. It's so many different things. And when you hear Jody Pear, and I've known Jody, and, to know that Jody was in a wheelchair and she can do all these things, and that she had given up on and didn't think she could do again, and to hear Melanie, I mean, those testimonials right there, those two, never mind the hundreds that we have, can dramatically make a difference for somebody. And if somebody new was on the call, they would just listen and say, I need to get more information, and I need to check this out. And it's happening. It's happening every single day as people are reading these stories on Facebook and on Instagram and wherever else we're able to share them. So don't let that be the only sources of how to get the information out there. Pick up the phone and call and say, have you heard the news? There's something incredible happening. Let me give you the recording to this call that we just did, and let's talk right after the call. Don't say anything else. Just say, do me a favor, listen to this call. I know you'll love it. And just shut up. Don't say one more thing until you call back. And then when they call you back after the call, set up a time. Do you think you can listen to it now? Do you think you can listen to it at 3, whatever it is? And then say, I really need your feedback. And then call that person back and say, did you hear Jody's story? Did you hear Melanie's? What were you thinking? How were you feeling? And is this something you think you'd be interested in? Just let the testimonials do all the work for you. And just be quiet and just ask the closing questions. All you have to do. Back to you, Dee.
That's absolutely perfect. Everybody, that's it for the Doctor's Clinic call today. Make sure you get this out. Ms. Helen will have it available really, really soon. We will re-record it so that it'll be life-lasting also. And just get it out to everybody. And thanks for being part of the Doctor's Clinic call. All the guests today sharing their case study testimony on how the product has impacted their life, sharing their own personal story. Thank you so much. And double hugs. My heart is full. And I'm feeling the emotion that Pat Garrett was talking about, because we have something in our hands that can make a difference. Triangle of Life, along with the A.G.E pill, Restore 4, a few other products can just absolutely change, someone's entire life, all right? And we want to give them an opportunity to see if it'll work for them like it's working for us. Everybody, God bless. Talk soon. Catch you next week, same time, same place.